Hello ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to give you a quick video on how to create our cartooning figures in case you wanted to rewatch our video today so that you could see it a little easier. So here is that action figure worksheet I was talking about. It's also attached to the slides on your assignment. So if you want to take a better look at this on your own, you can. You can also find action figure pose reference sheets on Google. If you type them in, a whole lot of them will come up. Now today what we did was we worked on drawing this one right here, just using some basic shapes. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how I did this. So here I go. Alrighty. I'm going to start out with the head. Let me just move this down a little bit. And we're going to do a little bit better than just a circle. We're going to try doing an egg shape. So a little skinnier at the bottom than it is on the top. Remember our rules. Draw light till you get it right. Alrighty. Now if we look at our example here, our torso is just a large oval. And if you remember from during class, I told you that if you don't want yours to look big and chunky like mine, I'm just kind of doing a malish looking superhero, then your option would be to maybe, rather than making this oval so big and round and chunky, maybe you curve it in on the sides like that to make it look a little more curvier like a female. You can make it a little smaller. Of course, you would erase those side pieces so that it looked a little more curvy. But I'm going to keep mine kind of big and chunky superhero looking. Now we went through this very step by step and basic. We went through it a little at a time. So here I go. I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to start out with our shoulder. So here we go. There's our shoulder. It's a circle. And you can erase things inside as you go. The next step is to do the forearm, which is just a nice oval. And notice I'm kind of tilting it out towards the side, because our character here is running. Underneath that oval for the forearm, we have another circle for the elbow. And again, another oval for the forearm. And like I said in class, don't worry if yours is not coming out exactly like mine. Remember, you're learning. This does take practice. And you can put another circle here for your wrist. And of course, just a basic hand shape. Just to hold the place of a hand. We're not worrying about fingers or anything like that. So far, we've got one hand running. And yeah, you know what? This one is probably coming out a little bit differently than the one that you saw in class. And that's just fine too. All right, next step, we're going to do the next shoulder. So other side, another circle for where that shoulder goes. And now we have this arm right here is tilted back a little bit. So we're going to make a little oval right here, tilting it up so that it looks like he's actually running. And there we go. Circle for the elbow. And another oval for the forearm where it comes down. Our circle for the wrist. And again, just another basic hand placement. Doesn't have to be a perfect hand. It can even be kind of mitten-like. We're just doing our basic shapes so that we can get it right before we learn about how to flesh this in. All right, so there is our basic person shape. Let me just raise up my camera a little bit so that you can see it a little more. All right, so now my next step is to start doing the legs. Our leg is just a giant oval. Again, if you're doing one that wants to look a little more female, you make these shapes a little thinner. That goes straight down compared to the body. We put a circle for the kneecap. And then our calf and our shin, instead of going straight, it's going to tilt off to the side. So here I go with my next oval. He's tilted forward, kind of running. A little circle for our ankle. And then there we go, just a basic kind of trapezoid for the foot shape so that it looks like this person is running. Our last leg, you'll notice, here it is right here, it's up a little bit higher. All right, so we're not going to make it as long as our first leg because it's kind of up in the air. I'm going to go ahead and draw our next oval for that thigh that's up in the air. A circle on the front for our knee. And then this shin kind of dangles straight down. So another oval for the shin, a circle for the ankle, and just another foot shape. The basic foot shape, kind of like a trapezoid. Doesn't have to be anything very detailed. And that was how we drew our basic figure using basic shapes. And don't forget, you're going to take a photo of this. You're going to attach it to slide number 2 on the assignment on Google Classroom. Of course, if you wanted to practice any of these other ones, I'd be more than happy to see them. And remember, tomorrow we're going to learn how to do the fleshing out of our characters to make them look like we're using clothes. I'm going to wish you a great, wonderful rest of your day, and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial.